See, Jesus invites us every day to come to his table. He opens the door and says, hey, I've got a little card with your name, it's got your name right there. He opens the door. I know this. You are being invited every day to all kinds of things. Oh, man, my boss has invited me to work extra. Oh, my spouse is inviting me to do something she needs. My kids are inviting me to take them to soccer. Where'd Pastor Kevin go? Who knows? He did an amazing job pointing that out 2 weeks ago. Like, your kids are inviting you. The school's inviting. People are inviting you. I got so many invitations. Excuse me. Let alone, I got my new ride. Every day, people turn down the invitation. Not necessarily, out of rebellion. It's just distractions, invitations. So we ask, why blank Jesus? Why worship him? Why follow him? Why trust him? Why serve him? No, why ignore him? Because if we're honest, many of us have had moments where we ignored Jesus. This series, Why Blank Jesus, is an invitation for us to reconsider that question in each one of our minds. Why do this? Why come to the table? Jesus told another parable. It's one of these little short stories, probably one of the shortest stories that he told that we have recorded in the Bible. It says a certain pearl merchant was searching everywhere for a fine pearl. He said, oh man, no. There it is. Amazing value. The luster. Symmetry. This is it, guys. And look what it says. And he sold all that he had so he could get it. Veyron, gone. Investment property, gone. Why? Well, she can come along. Sold all that I had so I could get this one thing. Nothing would keep him from the dinner table. He saw that pearl for what it really was, not just some slimy marble in a shell. See, when we see Jesus as a slimy marble in a shell, we won't come to dinner. Oh, I know, but we went to dinner. We love greatness. We love the big things. Oh, we debate who's the greatest all the time. The GOAT. Who's the GOAT? And we'll argue about it and talk about it. Michael Jordan. Come on, how many NBA championships? 7, 6, somewhere in there. Greatest point per game average of any player ever in the history of the game. Over 30 points per game in regular season. He was even more than that in the playoffs. 2 gold medals on the dream team. Serena Williams. $1,000 for the shoes each. That'll make you the GOAT right there. Serena Williams. Ever heard a guy named Einstein? Albert? Relativity, bosons and quarks and I don't get it. greatest scientist, maybe the greatest mind ever. How about Cal Raleigh? How many home runs? 61, yeah, 60 in the regular season, more than any other catcher in the history of Major League Baseball. Most RBIs of any catcher in Major League Baseball. Golden Glove, Platinum Glove. Come on, the GOAT. Let's go, Cal. Oh, here's one you might like. Taylor Swift. How many of you got her new album? What's the name of the album? Oh, Life of a Showgirl. Anybody? Okay, one person. You know what's funny? This is weird. This demographic is not representative of our world here, because last hour there was only one person that had the album too, and it's the number one selling album in the history of albums in the U.S. Fastest. It's crazy. Life of a Showgirl. Probably more drizzle than sizzle, but hey, you know. Let me ask you this. If Taylor, Serena, Einstein, Cal Raleigh, Taylor, and she promised to bring Travis, invited you to dinner, you clear your calendar. What? The kid's soccer game? My car can wait. I'll check out my investments. I invited me to dinner. See, we'll hand out the greatest of all time trophy. You know, some actually deserve it. Others, who knows? But we'd accept an invitation from them. But every greatest in this world has a shelf life. Somebody beats the record. Time, and the applause begins to fade. And yet 2,000 years ago, a carpenter in Nazareth stepped into history. And the applause has not stopped. Lives are still changing today. So we ask the question, is Jesus the GOAT, the greatest of all time, or is he something more? Because the responsibility I have as your pastor is a difficult one. To help you begin to see that the invitations that are all around you are keeping you from seeing the greatest of all time. And if you saw Jesus for who he really is, you'd clear your calendar. You'd sell it all. You say, no, this, I've got to have it. If I have this, there's nothing else. You would do it. But our problem is we don't see him. Paul, the guy who wrote some of the New Testament, wrote this about him, about Jesus. God raised Christ from the dead. Guys, can I show him to you? He said, and he seated him at the right hand in heavenly realms. Oh, if I could show him to you. He's far above all rule and authority and power and dominion. Oh, can I describe it? He says, not only in this world, guys, but in all the ages to come. Oh, if you saw him, I can't, I'll wait at the door. I'll wait hours. See, when Paul wrote that, he wasn't just trying to write some religious language. This is a farce. If Jesus is not really that. But if he is really that, it's simply because we don't see him for who he is, that we allow all the other invitations to keep us from his table. See, Jesus isn't just great, he's greater. He isn't just the greatest of our time, but he's the God of all time. the real goat. Why blank Jesus? If he's just a flash in the pan, if he's just there for a few millennium, don't come to dinner. There'll be another one that comes along. This series is to help us see him. And to give you a reason to say, why blank Jesus? When somebody asks you, why do you follow Jesus? You can say, oh, he's the God of all time. What do you mean by that? See, we get invitations from gods all the time. Little g gods. All the time. Jesus said it like this in John 10. He said, it is written in your own scriptures that God said to certain leaders of the people, I say you are God. Gods. Oh, yeah. This is in Psalm 86. I say you're God. Oh, yeah. Well, that man, he's a God. They didn't use the word goat back then. He's a God. Oh, man, she's a God. Some incredible leaders. And I know your scriptures can't be altered. You religious leaders, you know, hey, you honor this book, and rightly so, and it can't be changed. And so don't be changing this, because we got some good people out there. So if people who received God's message were called goats, gods, why do you blaspheme, call it blasphemy when I invite you to the table and tell you that I'm not just a little g God, I am the Son of God. I'm seated in heavenly realms, highly above all other powers and dominions. And he goes on, and he says, go to the next slide. He says, after all the Father set me apart. He gave a lot of little G's out there. Jordan, Serena, your favorite. But he set me apart. He gave me a big G. And then Jesus says something really, really wild. He says, don't just believe that I'm telling you this, because I didn't say something. Hey, I'm great. Until you score 30 plus points per game. Don't believe, unless I carry out what only God can do. Don't. If I do his work, believe the evidence. Check the stats. Look at the scoreboard. Open up the book and see, hey. If you don't believe me, just check the stats. If we saw Jesus as God, we take the invitation every time. We show up for dinner. We put the boat in the harbor. Put the car in. Get rid of the property. I'm there, Jesus.